Oh my, this is a massive fish. Oh my gosh. What's up, Team Dink? As you can see behind me, we're taking out the Dinkmaster, aka my pedal drive kayak. I have some good news. I got a brand new rod and reel, and I have not treated myself to a high quality bass rod and reel in a very long time. Honestly, I'm kind of in the process right now of overhauling my arsenal. I'm selling a bunch of old gear and trying to upgrade a little bit, and actually I'm trying to downsize my total arsenal. I don't need like the 15 rods that I have. I'm gonna be good with like 7 or 8. So that's kind of the goal. Sell a bunch of old stuff, buy some higher end stuff, and go with the flow. So I know what you're thinking now. What did you get? Well, actually, this is a Daiwa Tatula Elite reel and then a Daiwa Tatula casting rod. Honestly, it's a pretty expensive combo. It feels extremely good, but I have yet to catch a fish on it, so that's really the goal today. This is the only rod and reel I'm bringing with me, and I've only got a fanny pack full of gear, so hopefully we can put it to use. Let's go. I didn't bring my fish finder with me. I've got literally one rod. We're going super simple today. I've got some other stuff in the fanny pack, so if the swim jig doesn't work, you know, I can always go with those. You know, when it comes to fishing gear, I generally don't care that much about getting nice stuff. That being said, it's like I've just found myself with so many rods and reels that it's like I feel like it's silly to own so much. What I'd rather do is own some higher quality gear. Fish. That didn't take long. Oh wow, it's actually a good one. It's actually a good one. All right, this rod is pretty strong feel to it. All right, solid, man. Look at that right there. Choke that little swim jig. Barely had him pinned though. I didn't really bury the hook on him very well. Solid way to get started. So that fish was just out here on a weed edge, and there's actually an island over here, and there's a lot of grass around the island. And I think that shallow taper around the island with the grass just really pulls in a lot of bass. Just a great summer ambush point. So for me, when it comes to picking gear, I like lightweight, I like a good balance, and I like obviously sensitivity. The other thing is with reels, I want something that's gonna be able to last a long time. So usually I do opt towards Shimano when it comes to reels, and the main reason is because they just have such a track record of lasting a very long time. That being said, I know Daiwa has a really good reputation with their casting reels, and so for the longest time I've wanted to try one. So far, I'd say it's checking all the boxes I need it to check. Literally right by the kayak. Pretty sensitive. Felt that little guy nibble it and pegged him. Interesting. Well, I'm honestly surprised a little dink like this went for the swim jig. Oh boy. Okay, well, he's gone. That was not exactly a graceful release. I'm sorry, Mr. Dink, but at least you're home. There's just a little dink right next to the kayak, and the rod tip, I could feel that vibration right through it. Such a light rod, and it's got the reel seat with the blank right there, so I can feel that. I would say it's probably gonna be pretty sensitive. I guess I haven't talked about the specs of this setup yet. So this one, I really think is gonna be an all-purpose kayak fishing rod. Mostly going to be using it with like reaction baits, but probably gonna throw some like little Texas rigs on it as well. 6:3-to-1 reel. I usually like to use 7-to-1, but I've found that a lot of times I overwork my bait when I use that for like swim jigs, chatterbaits, so on and so forth. So I wanted to slow down a little bit and just get a little bit slower reel. And as far as the rod goes, it's actually a 610 medium heavy fast action. Ooh, oh, I wonder if he just short striked it. He grabbed the tail. Well, I'm gonna need to go ahead and get a new trailer out. Not sure why I decided to pack my stuff in my fanny pack when I'm gonna be in my kayak, but maybe it's just because I really love my fanny pack. You see all that next to my kayak? Just a bunch of tiny little minnows. Oh, I just spooked something right there. Oh, there he goes. No, no. Dadgummit, I think that was actually a nice fish. I'm not gonna blame the equipment for missing that. I think it's just the fact that I didn't catch up with him. So when I cast it up there, there was a wake, and I knew that that means there's a fish right there. I mean, I didn't know for sure if it was a bass, but it looked big enough to where it was probably a bass. So then all of a sudden my line just went completely slack, so I set the hook, but I never buried that hook. The only thing that maybe would have helped right there is a faster reel, so I could have caught up with them and made sure that that hook stayed penetrated. But overall, I'm not gonna blame the rod for missing that fish. It was definitely just me not picking up enough line in time. Oh well, can't do much about it now. It did feel like a good fish though, I will be honest with you guys. Who knows? For all I know, is a freaking carp hooked in the back. Oh my, freaking carp hooked in the back. Oh my, no way if I literally just said a freaking carp hooked in the back and then literally just did it. This is not a bass. This is a massive fish. I guess we're gonna find out how strong this rod is. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is going on here, but I'm going for a ride. Oh boy, what is this? I think it's a carp, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, the rod is holding up okay, and it's a massive freaking drum. It is a massive freaking drum. I didn't know these were in here. Dude, holy shnikes. Yeah, you big freaking fish. Get in here. Whew. It's a drum. Freshwater drum.
I didn't know we had that either.
Boys and girls, massive fish. Holy cannoli. Whew. Ah, popped him. Absolutely popped him. Now, I wouldn't have expected that. That's a big drum. All right, well, see you later, homie. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Every time I come out on this lake, I just never know what I'm gonna catch. On one trip when I was on the bank, I caught a white perch. Total surprise. On one trip using 2-pound test and a 1/64th ounce mule jig, I caught a big old carp. Total surprise. Today, I decide I wanna try out a new rod and reel. I'm thinking there's no chance anything will bite this besides a bass. It's a freaking swim jig, for crying out loud. And I catch a massive drum. What is going on? This lake is full of surprises. I freaking love Mule Lake. You know what else? Honestly, that is a testament to the strength of this rod. That thing did very well with that big old fish. The reel did well, it pulled a little bit of drag, it was very smooth. I love it. Overall, I don't know if I can beat that. I'm gonna keep moving and grooving, see if I can't catch a couple more bass, but ultimately I've only got so much time because like I said, I worked a full day, I ate dinner, and I'm coming out here with limited time. I'm stoked. I'm super stoked right now. I was like totally back and forth. Like, do I want to come out and fish? Do I want to just sit on my couch and like sleep? What do I want to do? And now I'm very, very thankful I made the decision I did. Man, I tell you what, I think this rod's gonna have some good juju for me though. Honestly, catching that drum makes me wonder if that other fish that I hooked and missed was also a drum. Something's definitely boiling on the surface. What's that over there? Was that a muskrat? What was that? No, there's definitely something boiling over there. I wonder if bass are feeding immediately under the surface right over there. Oh my gosh, did you see that? What the heck? Dude, most insane bite of my freaking life. I literally swam my swim jig up. And old homeboy right here, I'm just dangling it on the surface and he must have chased it up and absolutely murdered it on the surface. That was freaking nuts. Buddy, you're awesome. I love you. Man. That was insanity. What? I was literally looking over there because there's like totally some like boiling activity going on. I was thinking maybe it's some bass feeding immediately under the surface. And my jig is just like right here. That was so insane. Like that is definitely due for a replay. I'm gonna go ahead and replay that right now. Now I'm just gonna be like doing this all night. Today is full of surprises, guys. One thing's for certain, to continue my test with this new rod and reel, I'm gonna need to throw like a Texas rig or a jig, something off the bottom to really figure out how sensitive it is. With a moving bait, it's a little bit easier to pick up on bites because your line just kind of stops moving. Oh my, oh, dude, he chased it all the way up and he was just nipping at the tail. That one unfortunately didn't get it, he short striked. Okay, I've got a new rule. I can make 5 more casts with this swim jig and then I gotta take it off. Even if I catch a fish on every single cast, I'm still gonna take it off. All right, that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. All right, number 5. After this cast, I'm gonna go ahead and take the swim jig off, despite the fact that I could definitely catch more fish on it. I wanna try something else. So what did I tie on? Boom shakalaka. I thought this thing would definitely work, and here I am looking like a fool. Might have to switch back to the swim jig. Okay, well, I tell you what, I gave it a shot. I thought it was gonna be super fun, and I thought we were gonna get some crazy blow-ups, but clearly, That's not happening. I'm gonna go back to the swim jig. Time to get back to work. 8:22. Yeah, it's pert near my bedtime, boys. Casted it straight into a tree. That was good. Okay, my swim jig now has a tree trailer. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. I think these bass just get a little bit off in the summer, and it doesn't help that they're, you know, they treat it for grass. I think if there was, oh my, there he is. I couldn't tell if he still had it. That was a, yes, good fish, good fish. All right, good fish, good fish. Of course, my net is all tangled up. How about that? New rod's working just fine. How about that? How about that? Yes! Healthy fish, man. Pegged him. He wasn't going nowhere. Gorgeous. I'm having fun, man. I'm having a lot of fun. That was a really healthy, quality fish. Whew. No matter what I find out in future trips using different baits, this is a bomb swim jig rod. Huge fan. This rod right here is gonna catch me a lot of fish in the future. Okay folks, that's a wrap. I tell you what, I really like my new rod and reel. Just stay tuned for future videos. I'm definitely going to use it a lot more in the future. If I ever decide I don't like it, I'll obviously let you know. But as of now, my first impressions are really good. If you want to see the exact rod and reel which I purchased, you can check it out in the description below. Otherwise, let me know what you thought of today's video. I was super pumped about that drum. Not only that, I had a bunch of fun with the bass. We had some pretty cool strikes and we caught some pretty nice fish. Overall, I'm super happy I decided to take the kayak out today. Anytime you're back and forth on whether you should go out and fish, just go fish. Trust me, it's always worth it. Okay, I'm rambling again. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna clean up, and if I feel like I've got enough time and energy, I'm gonna eat some ice cream. If I don't feel like I have enough time and energy, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you have a great night. We'll catch you next time.